Welcome to HBO Lax. This is Lizzy Pace.
And this is Katherine Dudas.
Hello, Katherine.
Hello. You know, it's funny. It's really funny. I don't know. But when you said, hi, I'm Lizzy Pace, and the next words in my head were, and this is Game of Roses. And then you said HBO Lax. I was like, oh, right. Because I've listened to your podcast
I did
so much.
realize that we just did the same intro as Game of Roses, and I didn't really think about it.
No, I like it.
And someone commented, and they were like, it's so nice of you to do the same intro for the Gore listeners so that it's a seamless transition. And I was
cute.
like, oh, yeah, it was for everyone else.
Intentional. It was totally intentional creative choice. All HBO Lax choices are.
All lax decisions are made with
care.
The utmost, brainstorming, rewriting.
Oh my gosh. Challenging
really
ourselves.
Intense editing process.
No.
Well, who are we?
Who are we?
Who are we? If you're listening for the first time, we are the two foremost TV, film, pop culture experts in the universe.
Yeah. The universe.
This is our book club, and today's book is The Last of Us Season 1. We are recapping episode 4, titled, Please Hold On to My Hand.
Oh, this is a very sweet title. Interesting. Wait, what? I actually don't. I forgot that was the title, and we'll get to it. But I want to know. Why is that?
I think we can.
Was it the Hank Williams?
Why that is?
Was it the Hank Williams song? That's my guess. Was it?
Oh, is it?
I'm assuming it's a song because there's lots of songs.
Yeah, all the song choices are very intentional in the show.
Yes.
This episode is directed by Jeremy Webb. The writers are Neil Druckmann and Craig Mazin. I had a couple little notes that I learned this week of information. One is that Nick Offerman in episode 3 read Not Today, You New World Order Jackboot Fucks. It was an ellipses in how he was supposed to be doing an action line. And he said to Craig Mazin, I'm going to actually say this as dialogue. It needs to be said.
Obsessed.
So that wasn't even supposed to be dialogue.
Obsessed. Yes.
Isn't that great?
It's so great. I love that. Oh, that's such a good tid.
You know what? This is going to be my line now.
Yeah. And he was correct. He was absolutely correct. He
was absolutely correct.
Yeah.
It would be funny if he kept doing those and then it was like, dude, we gotta.
Yeah.
We're losing the light.
Yeah. It's like brilliant. A very artistic interpretation.
You got a lot of ideas. A lot of ideas. You gotta rein it in.
Oh my gosh. That is really cool. I fucking love that. Yeah, I've been waiting impatiently for this episode. I've been so excited to get back to our book club. I need it, honestly, Lizzy. I need it more tonight than I have in many nights. I'm needing the community that we have. Readers out there.
Katherine and I have both engaged in some tear play today. I feel like first we should be honest. Read a book, a real book.
A real book.
The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
Ooh.
It was an all right book, but there were some really emotionally devastating parts, and I sobbed for a long time listening to the audiobook on this car ride today.
I love that.
And
it's the full moon.
Of course, the full moon we can blame for our tears.
It's the full moon. It's the full moon in my ex's sign, which is Leo, and I am crying for all the reasons.
Here's a couple more facts I learned this week, Katherine.
Please distract me.
Frank of Bill and Frank tried to leave and died in the game.
Oh, I also learned that.
They had different. It was a different story where
he hung himself.
They didn't agree, and I guess he got bit.
He got bit and then hung himself or hanged.
Yeah, trying to escape. Because it was their argument about how to live, and Frank wanted to live and leave and then failed. But so they basically changed it to be a much happier storyline. They're, as much as we cried,
Yeah,
that was
that was the best. Actually, that was the best case scenario. Isn't that interesting? I want to know. I want to know how, like all the thought process behind that, because I love that change, and it makes
Yes.
Because that's devastating. Oh, that's so devastating. When I found that out, I was like, what the fuck? That's horrible. So I'm glad.
Oh, Frank's never in the game, only talked about, too. Pretty neat. Some sources are texting me.
We got live alerts right here on HBO Max.
Live. This breaking news. Frank's never even in the game.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah, because I think in the game, like, Bill finds Joel and Ellie in one of his traps, and like it's played out very differently. It's more focused on the traps and them getting supplies and stuff. Anyway, those are some fun facts I learned about episode 3. Oh, and it's Frank's gun that Ellie finds because it's small.
Yeah.
And that the White Lotus dude was cast before White Lotus came out. So they were like, sweet, we got him. Right.
Oh, you're right. I would feel so. And then I watched the Nick Offerman interview with Murray Bartlett and Murray. I think Murray.
Yeah.
And Nick Offerman was like, I got the like offer right when I finished watching The White Lotus, like season 1. He's like, he was like, that was just a carrot dangling, another that, you know. So basically he was like, oh fuck, I just watched this dude kill it in this series, and now I'm gonna co-star with him and like be in a beautiful gay lover ship with him, and just God bless.
Yeah, the other thing Craig Mazin said was that they were both so delightful to be around. So it was a very nice set.
Of course they were.
Love to hear that. But let's get into episode 4. A little less sexy, but
yeah,
we still find our moments.
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll find them.
We'll find them down here in the gutter.
You can count on us. It doesn't matter how we're feeling.
We begin episode 4. Ellie is practicing pointing Frank's little baby gun at herself in the mirror in a disgusting gas station toilet. Even more disgusting than it might be in
Yeah, I know. It's like it's not even that different. It'd be funny if it just looked like a normal.
It's not even that different.
Yeah. It's like it was as gross as it could be. This made me very nervous. I did not like her pointing at the mirror. I'll just jump right in and say that. I hated that hated it this whole time. Even though I know
mirror seems like a bad idea.
I'm like, stop it, because I guess because I have no idea how to work at guns, and I'm like you don't know what you're doing. But yeah, she's really. Megan.
She doesn't fully seem to, and I thought this was such a great like preview of what's to come, because we've talked about it. She's a gun freak and is obsessed with getting guns, and really wanted to get this object of violence. And before, she's like practicing with one eye. She's smelling the bullet, which is an instinct.
Very interesting. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if there's something primal in that. Yeah, it's very interesting.
I don't know. Do bullets smell?
I don't know. Maybe they smell like death. Revenge. They smell like revenge served cold.
Frank like put perfume on all of his bullets or something.
I know, like the sleeping bag. Good too.
Yeah. We see that Joel is siphoning some gas.
We learn that gas becomes like water, like after 20 years. That was interesting to me. He was like, yeah, the gas, I guess, like breaks down. I'm like, oh my God, Lizzy, we have so many things to consider when we're eventually in this post-apocalyptic world. I have to write all this down. I'm going to forget all of this.
I hope you're writing it down. Someone should be.
So
this is...
Because the internet will be out. We can't even Google it.
It's horrible.
It's gonna be horrible.
I know, you have to look it up in a book or something.
Oh
like,
no! Someone write all the TV down in a book, guys. That's what
it really is making me realize how much I depend on the internet.
Oh my God, it's so true. Everything, That's refreshing. It teaches us something. This is good for the soul.
But apparently, gas breaks down. Ellie takes this book out of her backpack of puns, and she keeps saying different puns throughout the different episode. I love this little runner.
Really delightful.
It's so cute and like annoying but endearing.
Really good.
And Joel is annoyed, but it's so cute how annoyed he is, because they're already They're already so close.
They're so close. That's her dad.
I know they're supposed to not be close at this point, and they're like, "Oh, it's cargo," but I already feel
no.
like they're close.
They have a paternal child bond, and we see it. And no, I love this choice. I thought this was great. Yeah, no, this was amazing. I loved it really. I mean, we'll get into all the sweet moments, but she's just like so cute. Also, she's 19, by the way, the actress.
Oh, really?
Isn't that crazy?
She looks
young. She looks the 14, like she has, but I'm like, yeah.
A very baby face.
Yes, exactly.
She's so good.
She's
I feel
amazing.
Like she's like, this was maybe her best episode. And we see the truck, like the shiny truck driving through a bunch of rotting cars. He says that there's tanks around. I don't know why there's just loose tanks.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, things happened. And apparently this scene is exactly the same as in the video game.
No way.
She grabs this Hank Williams cassette player. Yeah, it's like
cute.
Shot by shot. And puts this music on, and she's like, "Oh, does this bring you back?" And he's like, "This is actually before my time. It's a winter, though." And then she finds a men's sexy magazine.
Yeah.
And she goes, "How do you even walk around with that thing?"
Obsessed.
"Hold your horses. I want to see what all the fuss is about. Why are the pages stuck together?" And this fake jizz obliviousness by Ellie was my horniest moment of the week.
I was this Ellie looking at sexy man's big penis was my funniest moment of the week. A woman after my own heart. This was so funny, and just like also the fact that she was like just kidding. Like I did not think she was just kidding. I was like, oh my gosh, she doesn't know. That was a real big fake out. She did a lot of good fake outs. In this episode.
She's razzing hard left and right. She's razzing so hard. I'm getting tricked.
Yeah, we're all getting tricked.
And I mean, some people I know obviously have sex at that age and whatever.
Right.
But other people are very, immature about like sperm and jizz at this point, and are growing up on South Park, etc.
Right.
And this is a very relatable attitude.
Yes, that's
being
true.
Like, oh, I know everything, but also like, I want to joke around with it, and also I know nothing.
What 69 means. Like, ask me.
Yeah. You want to join the Pen 15 club?
Oh my gosh, I personally was I was like would turn red at the thought of people talking about sex at that age. I would turn pink, and I would be like, oh my god,
good girl.
It's such terrified good girgirl.
This is why you got to get raised with religion.
This is why, guys. So you're terrified of sex until an inappropriately old age. But then you become obsessed with Nick Offerman and Murray Bartlett doing it. And then, you live a great life.
And you're happy in the end.
Oh, boy.
Everything works out.
Everything's great. Joel drives along to the Hank Williams tape. We get beautiful shots of this amusement park and just the emptying out and the post-apocalyptic highway,
the
freeway.
Coaster.
Oh, so
but
haunting
then there's
and
buffalo.
chilling.
Somehow the buffalo haven't been killed.
So crazy, and they're doing great. Well, they're doing. That is a good point. They would be killed for food, right?
Why isn't someone hunting those?
Yeah,
buffalo?
someone should probably get, because that's how they got synced in the first place. As we were
maybe there's still enough
or
cans.
Not extinct, but okay, we'll get to the cans because I have questions, Lizzy. I have questions. At a certain
oh, before your questions,
yeah.
There is a shot here where they drive on this bridge that is covered, and the bridge is rotting. There's all these boats rotting in the river, and this was my best shot of the episode.
Oh, the overhead?
Gorgeous. I'm assuming it's a Kansas City famous bridge.
Oh.
Or something. I don't know. It might not be famous, but it's like it's like a bird's view of a bridge.
God, the attention,
in the trailers.
The attention to detail in every aspect of this and of that shot is just fucking mind-blowing. I mean, it's just and also like I was watching a video about like hidden Easter eggs in The Last of Us, and it's crazy.
Tell me.
There was just so much detail. Like there was like like just for example, in like the second episode, she like walks by a stuffed giraffe, and that is an homage kind of to, in the game at that point, she actually pets a giraffe. A giraffe is just loose, and she's like petting a giraffe in the game, and so they put like a stuffed animal giraffe like on the floor to like, I don't know, like it's just like just little things, and also the attention to detail to time period, and like Nick Offerman had, or Bill had the Windows. If you the Windows version 90 something, like he didn't have the most updated Windows 03 because his character definitely wouldn't have updated. He probably would have gone the 95 Windows 9 whatever and just kept it. And it's like, that kind of shit. Oh, so good.
That reminds me of another Easter egg I learned this week about Windows, which is that last shot is Windows, and that they originally wanted to do a window shot at the beginning of every episode. Oh. And you know, at the beginning when you press skip intro or whatever, that would just say play, because a window was the video game like opening shot.
It would say play on the TV. You would like
yeah. It would be a window, and I guess it's like the windows are symbols of like both like you're safe, but also maybe there's been a problem.
That makes sense. That is so cool.
But I guess they couldn't get it in, but that's why they used that shot there.
That's so, I would have never have thought that shot had another meaning. Like, that's crazy. Oh, that's wild. I love this shit. So good.
It's a great world that has been built here. And we see another callback, this Arby's sign rotting.
Oh, I didn't even catch that.
A bunch of FedEx trucks rotting, a bunch of rotting tanks, train track with part of it collapsed, and Ellie is looking sad. Yeah. Joel says, "That's enough for today." And they drive into a field and go camping in the forest.
I was wondering what was going on here. I was like, where are they? Oh, I was like, okay, so they're going to go. That makes sense. In the forest, more cover. Yeah, so they set up camp, this very sad little camp where they can't have a fire, apparently, which sucks. They're eating. Ellie's like, "What am I eating?" And he's like, "That is 20." Because I saw the Chef Boyardee and my mind went, wait, that means that's 20-ish, like 20 years old. And he goes, "Yeah, that is 20-year-old Chef Boyardee ravioli." Like, okay, Lizzy, does it stay good enough to not give you food? I guess it must. Because isn't the shelf life...
food is what preppers put in their stuff.
I know,
right?
but
it's got the longest shelf life of anything.
Yeah, I always thought the shelf life was like 3 years though. But maybe it just doesn't go bad.
Look.
Oh, you know what? It is.
I do not know. I think they are bad.
Maybe they're bad in their stomachs. You know what? Maybe they're bad and their stomachs are just like used to bad shit now. Because I'm like, won't they get? But I know poisoning?
A lot of expiration dates are wrong and are just like,
that's true.
Best Buy is just
I never understand,
to cover themselves or something.
So it's like,
I don't know how old like of something would you eat?
1 day before the expiration date is go.
Really?
Day. I can't eat bad things.
You never eaten anything older than that?
Oh, I don't know. It depends on what it is, but I get a little I get nervous. I'll get a little nervous. I guess I've left. I
feel like I've accidentally eaten older things. Okay, what about like makeup?
Oh, I don't care about that.
I got
that's not. Yeah, that's not real. That expiration date isn't real.
That's not real.
No.
On the lipstick, you're eating it.
It's like, no, that's fake news. I don't believe makeup
that's
expires.
Fake news. Or like pills. Like, how old of an ibuprofen would you eat? Those I definitely eat before long after.
Wow, yeah, I didn't even know that was. Again, didn't think that expired.
What?
I don't know why. Why do I think? I guess I think matter doesn't decompose. Is it because it decomposes? What? Why? I don't know how things work.
I think like there's preservatives, but you can't preserve forever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like even stuff you put in the freezer eventually like goes bad, right? There's some. Everyone, look up
guys,
expiration dates. Be safe out there.
But comment below. Sound off in the comments.
This podcast is just making. This season is making us realize how little we know about like just basic survival.
I know. We should take a course or something. Or at least...
shouldn't they all have hats on? Like, aren't they out of sunscreen?
That's a good point. Oh.
Why aren't they all burnt?
Does sunscreen expire? Because
everything expires. Everything that's sold to us has an expiration date, like legally. I don't know. There's probably some things that don't ever expire.
I didn't even know this. I truly have not considered this. This is interesting. Anyway, so I'm glad I brought this up. Honestly, good job, Katherine. This was a good tangent to go on.
I agree. It's important.
It is important.
It's important to realize that it's not just me.
Yeah.
Both of us don't know.
Both of us don't. Solidarity. Again, we're in the first wave, baby. It doesn't matter. The prettiest go first.
Aww, cute. I like when you call us pretty. When
Me
you were
too.
like, it's because we're cute. That's why something.
Oh
is
yeah,
really nice.
it's true.
But Joel says they can't start the fire, not because infected will see it, because they're too far out from a city or something, but that people will rob us. And Ellie asks, and then Joel says more than that. The people are the bad ones.
Interesting.
And the good ones.
Good foreshadowing for this. And then I feel like we kind of know in this moment, I guess maybe looking back, that the monster of this episode will be people and not the monster. Because I feel like this whole episode in the beginning, I was like, you're just waiting for, I was like, when is the next attack? Because I'm like, I don't know, I'm in like video game mind mode now. So they go
yeah. That's been something that I've been thinking about, because I'm just like, I feel like a lot of action has to happen.
I know.
And I know they've gotten rid of some action and added in more emotional stories.
Yeah.
But I was like, last episode was emotional,
I was
something.
surprised. But I was surprised it wasn't more, actually, because I was like, this was a pretty, like, we're really settling into these characters' dynamic, which is going to be great, because when big shit happens, we're going to be even more wrecked. Storytelling.
Joel looks sad. He's lying down in bed.
Yes.
He's looking sad. I'm wondering if the pun book is reminding him of the child.
Yeah.
Everything. I mean, Tess also
Tess, yeah.
just died.
It's not
I realized.
There's nothing really a lot to be happy about.
Yeah.
What'd you realize?
And she asked him if he read the book already, and I'm like, that's why.
Because
I was like, maybe his daughter was.
Well, remember when she said, "Hey, I have a really serious question." She was like, "Hey, can I ask you a serious question?" And he's like, "Yeah." And she's like, and this was another one of her fake outs. She was like, "Okay, like what was it? It was, why did the Scarecrow get an award?" And he looks at her, and you think he's going to just be like, "Shut up." And he was like, "Because he's outstanding in his field." And then it was like one of the cutest
how did he know
moments. Oh, you're right. So maybe he knew that because of the thing. But then he like smiled. And
oh, no, you're right. Maybe he made it up.
No. I also think maybe he just like knows that one. I'm like, I feel like I've heard that joke before. I feel like he's 56 and has heard it before, was my thing. And she can't believe it because she's like 14. And she's like, what? How do you already know it? And he's like, I've, been in the world. But I thought that was such a cute moment. I love when she was like, "You dick!" Like that was such a funny. I was not expecting her to like. It was really good.
Yeah, because they're not father-daughter, they kind of swear at each other.
Yes,
more.
which is way fun.
It's fun.
It is fun.
It's really fun. But she also still wants that reassurance from him. She's like, no one's gonna find us. He's like, no one's gonna find us.
But then he gets up and keeps watch anyway. The next morning, she wakes up, very funny, relatable wake up moment from Ellie here, where she's like, and then she rolls over like a little worm. And she opens the coffee pot and she's like, ew, what the fuck is this? And he's like, you don't like coffee? And then they're in the car and she's like, is this what the Starbucks and the QZ they sold? And he's like, yeah. Kind of like, it's not, not fresh. They were like fresh. And she's like, oh, it smells like shit.
Coffee don't go bad?
I guess coffee expires too, guys. We have to be real. We have to figure this out when there's an apocalypse. What are you gonna do? We're only going to be good for 3 years.
Look, I'll tell you what expires: bananas.
Oh, what?
Don't make that mistake.
Oh, right, your fruit fly. He asks.
I've learned from hard times
no.
too. Oh, and he slurps up the coffee after she says it smells like shit. They're razzing left and right more. And she's supposed to be on the map. She's like, where are we going? They're going to this radio tower close to Cody. And if he's not there, we'll check somewhere nearby. And Ellie asks about Tommy's history, and we learn that Joel calls him a joiner, dreams of being a hero, went to the army out of high school, Desert Storm, didn't feel like a hero. 12 years later, the sickness, and they joined a group going to Boston, so he wanted to follow him, and he met Tess, and then Tommy met Marlene, who convinced him to join the Fireflies, and he made the same mistake as 18 years old, and it was a pipe dream, and then he quit the Fireflies too, though, so I gotta go get him. Very confusing story.
It was interesting because it was a confusing story. It was a lot of things happening, and I was like, okay, and we were getting a lot. So, okay, so his brother.
So he's joining this group and quitting it, and then he joins Fireflies. And why does it matter if he was in the Fireflies or not if he quit?
I think it's like because that's what made him go off the beaten path, or it's like it's gotten them in trouble. Because I'm assuming it's gotten them in trouble because it's like the rebellions. He makes a comment about his hopelessness, and Ellie calls him on it. Interestingly, she's like, and she's like sad. She's like, so what? Like, if you think there's no hope, then how do you go on? He's like, you think about family. He basically tells her she doesn't know the world like he does, which is devastating. She says, I'm not family. And he says, no, but Tess, I made a promise to Tess, and she's the closest thing I had to family, which is devastating. Another very, very devastating. Oh, poor Joel. Honestly, after last week's episode and seeing Tess and Joel like 10 years ago when they were at that little garden party with Bill and Frank, it really makes it really more devastating to me. It really hit home to me how long Joel had Tess as like a partner in his life. Like, and now he like doesn't have her for the first time. Like, I got really, this episode, I was like, fuck, that's so sad. Yeah.
Yeah, because she was basically this very important figure to the lead character who dies so fast.
And oh my God. And he has this like really triggering relationship-based friendship now, because it's like reminding him of his daughter. Triggering. It's very triggering. And yeah, but we're getting more of Joel. We're getting more of the thing is like Joel is hopeless. Like Joel is, I think Joel isn't totally hopeless. Because I think having such a drive to protect family and do things for family is like a form of hope, I think. But he's telling himself that he is hopeless. And Ellie is a child and like obviously wants to, believe in a better world. And especially now that she's seeing more of the world. And she gets more of a rude lesson later on. Well, I'm excited to talk about, we'll get to it, but yeah.
Ellie's like, what if you don't find Tommy? And Joel's like, I'm persistent. And then Ellie's like, I'm not even tired. And then they cut to her asleep.
It's so funny. When she said, I'm not even tired, I swear my mind immediately was like, they're going to jump cut. I was like, I called it in my brain. No one will believe me because I didn't call it out loud, but I called it in my brain.
I believe you.
Like, I was like, I feel a jump cut and a jump cut. I was like, yeah, there we go.
I believe women.
Thank you. Thank you, Lizzy. Oh,
Catherine knew there would be a jump cut.
I just knew it. I felt it in my bones, guys. I'm trying to trust my instinct more, and I listened, and I was right. Anyway, so it was funny.
They drive, funny jump cut, and
they hit an obstacle.
That was another thing that Craig Mazin said, which is that he said that Vince Gilligan from Breaking Bad creator said that he liked to cast comedy actors in dramas because they have this like humanity underlying. I was like,
I could not agree more. 110% yes. It's why Breaking Bad is one of the best shows ever, because it's not only the most dramatic, heart-wrenching show, it's one of the most funniest moments you've ever seen. Like, some of the funniest moments ever happen in that show. And like, that's why it's a perfect show. Mic drop. Thank you, Vince Gilligan. You're correct. Because also I've said this before on the podcast. I get really annoyed when things are just dramatic because life, it's just like it's like sci-fi basically.
Your brain needs to rest.
It needs to rest.
Go on this,
it also just makes it less believable. It makes it less connecting because I'm like, yeah, like even in the apocalypse, you find moments to laugh about puns. It's just we're just humans. That's just what it is.
They drive through very crowded highway and this tunnel into the city is blocked off by a giant truck.
It's stressful.
And Joel can see that how they need to get through is the path is clear under the truck. And this was my most video game moment of the week. The kind of like, we have to go this direction, but it is currently completely blocked off. You have an obstacle and you have to find some way around it. Felt very video gamey to me.
That does feel very video game. And also I was so convinced. I was like, when are the things going to pop out? I was so waiting for
Well, I was wondering, was this part of the larger thing? But I guess not, because they kind of got lost.
Oh, yeah.
But we see them drive around the streets to try to cut around this. They can't find the highway.
Yeah, they're in the city.
We see ominous bodies burned in a pile.
Yeah, really horrible images in the city. He's like, what the fuck? And she says, stop. Is that the QZ? And he looks over and sees this like big Fedra building. And a man limps out in front, and Joel's like, put your seatbelt on. And she's like, aren't we going to help him? And he said, no. And he just goes and tries to run into him. And then there's a guy with a gun, and he's like, throw something down. And that was my most video game moment. I mean, this kind of sequence of the week, when you like, it was the point of view and you look up and you kind of see someone with a gun and you're like, oh fuck, like when you're in a video game and you're just like, wait, oh shit, I think I saw someone with a gun.
This sequence is so good.
It's really good.
Because it is like that. It's like there's people and the trap involves like nails into the tires, but there's people shooting, but it's not like a machine gun. It's not like constant. It's like occasional shots. And I think that's scarier.
Yeah, totally.
They end up in this laundromat and the guys are like, give us your shit and you'll make it through this, yelling at them. And Joel makes Ellie go hide in this little hole in the wall while he shoots at the people. Really? Joel hits someone, and then
that was very video game too. I was like, oh. And then I felt relief. I was like, oh no, someone died, but I still felt relief. I was like, oh. I was like, okay, he got one. I was like, get the other one. I was like, quick, he's not looking. Get him.
I would love to see you in this situation. Get him.
My arms flapping. A lot of arm flapping.
Yeah. I'm just like clutching my chest, hiding with my like eyes squinting. Yeah. We see a guy comes close to Ellie. Boom. Joel hits that guy, and then the OG crier comes out, says, "You're gonna pay for what you did," and then tackles Joel. Ellie grabs her knife out and crawls out of the space. Oh, but she's got her gun and she shoots him in the back. Oh. The guy says, it's over. We're not fighting anymore. My legs don't work.
Lizzy,
my mom's not far. We could trade. I'm Brian. What's your name?
This was the worst, Lizzy. This was my heart ripped out of my fucking chest. I almost wanted to fast forward moment of the week. I was too fragile for this. When he started calling his mom, I was like, I can't do this. I was like, this was so fucking
No, the
real.
mom is that's like a good note to keep in mind. My mom's not far away. That is very.
Oh, in case someone is trying to
empathize.
It really
it
does.
Didn't work
yeah,
here,
yeah,
but.
yeah. I mean, and the fact that she it took her so long to do. It was just this was rough.
Oh, and Joel makes Ellie hide in order to kill the guy out of view.
Horrible.
And we hear him beg for his mother.
Oh my God, I couldn't. Such a baby. He was. Oh my gosh. And then Joel is like, "There's some stuff against the door. Can you move it?" She moves it. He gets into the room. She immediately is like, "Okay, I'm good. I have your flashlight." And it was a really interesting choice. I was like, I really couldn't tell what she was feeling or thinking, like when she was like holding the gun and then shot him. And obviously we didn't know that wasn't her first time, but like, I was really surprised when she took the tactic of, okay, like a very like, it makes sense, I get, with her character.
We see her kind of wipe her tears a little bit. It's like
I feel like she's
trying to be grown up. Very similar.
She's trying to like be like, okay, this is not the time. Like we have to be grown ups and like do the thing. Like this is an apocalyptic baby. Yeah. And then he was like, okay, we go up to get a better look. So they're gonna go find higher ground.
We cut to some soldiers, and we see this woman. We learn she's named Kathleen, and she is reading this list of people to this old man who is trapped, and she's interrogating him, and she's like, "Where is Henry?" And then she sort of makes fun of this Fedra thing listed on the wall that says, "You deserve a lawyer, family visit." And she says, "I wonder if this is the cell where my brother was beat to death." Oh, she's on a revenge kick.
Mm-hmm. Very good to know.
And I learned that these two characters, Kathleen and her like silver man, are... that this group was like not really fleshed out in the original, and they like added in these like, storylines.
Oh, that's cool.
But
we learned that the doctor is like, "Please, like I delivered you," which is a haunting, such a specific moment of just like, wow, pre-apocalyptic, post-apocalyptic.
I was your mom's gynecologist.
She said, we know that he's still in the city.
I'm trying to imagine interrogating my mom's gynecologist.
I know. Like, what the fuck? Sharon, you know what you did.
Sharon would fold and tell me where Henry was.
Classic Sharon. She's like, "I'll do it." She holds the gun to his head and she's like, "You think I won't do it?" He's like, "I'm your doctor." And then she hears some noise. She goes outside and she sees the dead children, basically. And she said, who did this? The silver boat guy thinks it was outsiders. We found a truck. They found describing Joel's truck. Could be Mercs. Don't know what that is. And she said...
I think that's mercenary.
Oh, mercenary. Oh, okay. And she thinks it's Henry. She's like, okay, maybe Henry called these guys in. This mysterious Henry, we don't really know who he is or what his deal is yet. She is like, if this guy, she looks at the body of the ground and she's like, if he had a doctor, like, can he live? And the guy's like, "No chance, sorry." And she's okay. And then she goes inside and then shoots the doctor. She's like, "Okay, just checking. I'll go kill him now." Like, cause she's pissed now. She's even more pissed, and now she will do it. And I was really surprised at this. That was surprising. I was like, and now we understand Kathleen a little more. If you think
you're going to need the doctor for this one thing that comes up,
yeah, you might need him more. I agree. I agree.
Kathleen, maybe we should put a man in charge.
You're a little emotional, Kathleen. It's your luteal phase.
By the way, I love this actress. She's
she's amazing.
One from Yellow Jackets. She's so good, and I like seeing her as this like revolutionary, violent lady.
I love it. This is such a good part.
And we see that she kills him. She goes outside, says, "This is Henry's work. Find who did this, every collaborator, and kill them all." Look, I think I'm obsessed with the show. I think it might be my favorite one that we've done. But if I had a little note, it would be that Henry is like not a very good name the bad guy who's on the loose.
It's a good point. It doesn't
every time they said it just takes something out of it.
Wait, Lizzy, I totally agree.
Steve did this. I'm gonna murder this whole town.
Lizzy, that is a really good point. I felt you totally articulated, I feel like what I was feeling, because I kept being like, wait, Henry's a bad guy? I literally kept being like, okay, right, Henry's bad. And you're right, that is why. It's because of his name. That's so right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Maybe we should name our kids Henry.
Yes, they'll be
very nice.
The benefit of the doubt, always, yeah.
Always get the benefit of the doubt. I don't know. I think we should hear from Henry what he thinks.
Look at his name. Wow, yeah. So that's so funny.
So she says we're gonna find all the collaborators. They have a lot of trucks. And they break into houses trying to find these people. And
I'm so curious about this group. I want to know more about them. Like, who I'm excited to know. I'm like, is this the government? This isn't the government?
Yeah, they're against. I think they're against the government.
Okay, so they're like Fireflies.
Fedra,
so they're Fireflies.
Fighting against.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Maybe not. Anyway, so the search begins.
You can't communicate with other cities, so it's like every city is having its own.
Right, exactly. Like a whole world.
Political thing.
Yeah. It's like so insular.
That's why I don't really get how you could really take over countries like in the old days.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a good point. It's a lot. Yeah, how you'd be like, hey, yeah, you're right. It's a lot of work.
I don't know. How do you communicate that you've taken, like, this is a new country now?
Spread the word. Pass it on. This is
you're
the
Roman
British.
now.
Yeah, you're Roman now.
Well, anyway, so they're checking the apartment buildings first. Joel notes as they're hiding in this bar, but he thinks they're going to find him. And I'm like, how are they checking the whole city? That doesn't make sense.
Oh, my gosh.
But I guess it's like the whole city is abandoned. So any sign of anything.
Needle in a haystack, though. It seems like this is going to take a while. I guess this is all they can do. This is like the only action they can take.
Yeah, they don't have a lot going on.
Yeah.
Other than looking for Henry.
That's not what I meant, but that's funny. They're bored. Nothing else is going on. Yeah. We don't have a functioning society. Ellie says they're not Fedra and they're not Fireflies. Who are they? Okay, yeah. So that was my question too. And Joel is like, people. You know, again, these are our monsters for the episode. We're not getting any of the zombies. She's like, okay, we're going to hide here for a little bit. They're checking out apartment buildings first, but they'll be coming here. And then they decide where they're going to go after this really tall building across the way. And then Joel tries to say sorry for her having to shoot someone. And he stumbles around in it. And she's like, well, you're glad I did, right? And he's like, but you're just a kid. He's really just like sad that someone her age had to shoot someone. He's like, but you didn't kill him, kind of reassuring her. And she's like, you know, you're not really good at this. And he's not. And she wipes her tears a little bit.
She says it wasn't her first time. Ooh, more mysterious backstory to Ellie.
Yes.
And Joel loads the gun and gives it to her. This is the only comfort he can give.
Yeah.
In this moment. Hey, you know what, kid?
I know you love guns.
You can have the toy.
Yeah.
And he kind of, she says Fedra school taught her, but he like kind of shows her how to do it better, I guess. Joel tries to take it and she laughs and I wrote, he's her dad.
Oh, that's so cute. It's true. Oh, it's true.
He is. And she's acquired a new item. Video game.
Video game.
And
oh wait, he tells her not to put it in her back pocket, and then she puts it in her jacket pocket instead of the bag. I'm nervous. What's gonna happen?
She don't listen.
She doesn't listen, Lizzy, and it's annoying. She needs to listen so she doesn't get in trouble. But I guess if she listened to him about the gun, he would be in trouble. But she could have stabbed him. I don't know.
That's true.
I don't know. Well,
yeah, she could have stabbed that guy in the back.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. So she's got to listen to Dad.
Oh, by the way, I heard this is where they change into their outfits, which are like their outfits from the game, which are iconic.
Oh, really? Oh, exciting.
And then we cut to Kathleen and Silverbeard I forget what. I think we do learn his name.
Okay,
but the guy who is that character, he played Tommy in the video game. Silverbeard.
No
man.
way. That's so interesting.
Apparently.
Oh, I love that. Good for him. That I love. That's such a good choice.
I think it's very cute. They're like cute. Involving the video game people.
Yeah, they should. That makes me happy.
They go in this. Oh, he says he has a sign of them, and they go in this house upstairs, and Silverbeard pulls down an attic staircase, and they find a bunch of kids' drawings and a bunch of food cans upstairs. And Kathleen gets emotional at the child drawings. More trauma.
Yeah, I was like, what is this? So she says that he's fucking close. I can feel it. He wouldn't let him starve. So, and then we're showed something confusing that I didn't understand.
Yes. No, we don't. I don't think we were supposed to know.
Okay, cool. This was almost my video game moment of the week when they have flashlights and they're about to go into. It's like whenever there was like the flashlight when she has it on Silverbeard, that just looks very video game to me.
The flashlights somehow they're doing it to look video gamey.
Right. I don't know how either, but they're doing it.
I've had that thought several times.
They're just, I guess the beams are so strong. I don't know. But, and then they go into this, room. My dog's moving around and she never does that. So I was like, what are you doing? They go into this room and the floor is moving. It's cracked and moving. There's a big
pit in the cement.
And she's like, fuck. And he's like, we have to tell people about this. And she's like, no, let's not. We can deal with this after. Okay, I'm assuming this is zombies. See, okay,
it's gotta be some.
It's some zombie.
I think it's one of the forms of the fungus. Maybe the fungus have like pits. That they grow
or maybe like so like because it's like roots of trees, so it's like someone underground or I don't know.
Yeah, but why would it be? I don't know. But the building needs to be sealed off. I think it's definitely part of the zombie.
Yes, it's a zombie thing. We're pretty sure. This was we definitely know it's a zombie thing moment of the week.
I love our expertise.
Me too.
We see Joel and Ellie break into a building. Ellie says, "Where would you be without me?" After she lets him in the door. And he says, "Well, bye now, Wyoming." Love that line.
That was funny.
And
she's like, "I stepped
right into
it."
How far up are they going? It's 45 flights. And he says, "As far as I can make it." And we see Ellie asks him how he knew that the thing was an ambush. And Joel says, "I've been on both sides. A long time ago, we did what we needed to survive. Me, Tess, and Tommy." Ooh. And she says, "Did you kill innocent people?" Fuck? No answer.
Dude, that sucks. Joel, come on, straight from the light. Now I understand what Tess was saying. I didn't really consider that. I guess that makes sense. I mean, he lost his daughter.
Yeah, that it was more chaotic before. There were no QZs.
Yeah. And like you were just every man for himself. Yeah. But wow. Well, he regrets it.
They climb 33 floors. Joel collapses on the ground.
She says lazy ass, and he's like, "I'm 56 years old, you little shit," which was cute. Cute.
Joel shatters glass shards behind them so no one can sneak up on them. And let's remember that, Lizzy. Lay down on these cushions for bed. Oh, yeah, scatter glass everywhere. I sleep through earthquakes. Yeah. If I'm asleep, I don't know. I'll have to sleep up in a tree. Yeah. High up in a tree.
Wait.
I don't know.
And then wait. How does that help?
Somewhere no one can sneak up on me.
Oh, I see.
How does that help?
Oh, I get it now.
Like Katniss
I see.
in Hunger Games. You're right. I have to go and build a tent somewhere above the vision line. Is this not a good instinct?
No, you're right. I was just hoping you wouldn't fall, though. You just have to tie yourself.
Oh, yeah. Like, there are people who tie themselves and they sleep on the edges of, like, cliffs and stuff.
Every time I see that, because I famously love the climbing documentaries, and they always do that in the climbing documentaries where they tie themselves tents to the things. And every time I'm like, that's incredible. I'm like, good for you for having that much faith in yourself. That you have so much you can't have OCD.
I also have that faith in myself, Katherine.
To tie yourself.
That's my main plan. Climb up a tree
and
and hide. Tie myself.
Look, just get good
I don't
at
know.
rope
The glass
tying.
shards don't seem. Glass shards are not that loud.
I know. But I think Joel's a light sleeper because he's a lot of apocalyptic.
But he's also deaf.
Oh, you're right. He is. Oh, yes. We learned that the shooting. We learned that. She was like, she noticed that he's hard of hearing in his right ear, and that is because he says he shoots a lot, and to stick to the knife. Is that true?
She asked. Oh,
didn't he get hit near his ear? Am I crazy?
No, I think he got hit by his ear in the incident with the dog.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah, that's sad.
I think it's all about that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like,
so he lies. Yeah, because he's like, I don't want to get into it. Yeah.
I mean, he asked her, when you hurt someone, what did you mean not the first time? She says, I don't want to talk about it. I'm like, they're both, and he respects it. Yeah, and they're both like, we're hardened and don't need to share our emotions.
It's fair.
But she notices that he doesn't hear well from the right side and says this excuse. And then she does a button on the scene. Did you know diarrhea is hereditary? It runs in your genes. And he laughs so really hard and loses it.
They both are laughing. And it's such a sweet moment. And then it goes to black. And we're like, that's the end of the episode. And then we hear Joel, and it's Ellie being like, Joel, and we see, I'm assuming, Henry and child.
Henry and Sam, the kid, or holding. I thought it was two children.
I kept getting confused. Apparently it's
I don't know.
Kid who drew the things, and and he has superhero mask painted on, and he puts his finger to his lips, and the end of the episode.
He steals Joel's signature gesture.
The shush. It's already patented. But yeah, and this was a very suspenseful cliffhanger end. We haven't had a cliffhanger end. The last two times we haven't really had like, cliffhanger. So this was interesting.
Like, on the road.
On the road now, yeah. Wow, a very interesting episode. Very, a lot of information. We learned a lot, which was good.
We did learn a lot.
And we got introduced to new characters, which are very interesting. And we weren't really, it's funny because we learned a lot, and yet we also didn't learn a lot. We have no idea. We also don't know. We have no idea who Henry is. So
we don't know who Henry is. We don't know what that thing in the ground is. Yes. We don't know why this lady is trying to kill Henry. We don't know what happened to the Fedra. I'm guessing they took over the Fedra.
Did you watch It's Coming?
I did watch the preview.
I didn't.
Did you?
But we can talk about it because I just didn't for whatever reason.
I mean, I only have a couple notes from it. We see Kathleen's hunt for Henry. We see a big fire, and we see a big monster. A monster that looks jacked. I don't know. It's scary.
Oh, it's very scary. Oh, okay. That's okay. Well, that's scary. Well, I liked that. That was fun. I mean, that was, it wasn't my favorite episode, obviously, because it's kind of hard to top last week.
Also, did you get my text?
Wait,
that I sent before we recorded this.
Yes, I
Apparently,
did.
because of the Super Bowl, the next episode is airing on Friday instead of Sunday.
Yes. Okay. So new episode.
So we will
Saturday, I guess. Wait, yeah, because we'll record Friday night, I guess.
Yeah, I can do that. Works for
we're
me.
discussing this on the podcast.
I'll schedule my tears.
Let's put it on the Google Cal now. Let's do. So yeah, Saturday.
I'll read a sad book Friday morning, and then we can record.
Let's just continue this. So we're emotionally wrecked. But yeah, thank you guys.
I love The Last of Us, though. I'm so
really
happy
enjoying
for the show.
I really every new detail. I truly feel so grateful for this show right now. I get so excited to watch it. Honestly, it keeps me captivated the whole time. It's so many cool, interesting details. You guys seem to be enjoying it too. Our laxers seem to like it too. I mean, it's been really fun. I'm so happy. Thank you for anyone who joined us over from our episode, our Twibbin episode. You know what funny? Lizzy
was like, wait, Lotus?
I didn't I did what you said and I didn't read the comments, but I accidentally read one comment.
Oh God.
That was like,
no,
but it was funny. I laughed though. I was like, actually I can deal with this because they were like, I like you guys, but I did not. I watched this. It felt like a whole HBO Max advertisement, but I loved what you wrote.
Oh. Yeah, I did not take my own advice. I read the comments.
I just thought, I was like, you know what? I'm like, we did it it was an HBO Max ad. And if you want to join us.
I said, thank you for listening.
I love that you said that.
This crossover event.
It was I was like, thank you. It was a crossover. Yeah. But I had so much fun there.
I love our fans.
But transitioning over to
the real ones.
Wait, did I read? Okay, Rachel Bloor. I'm so nervous, guys. For my thing that I do. And by the way, I'm gonna go through. I was going to the shower yesterday, and I was like, "What if I've missed? I think I've probably missed like a couple. Like I haven't gotten an order. So I'm gonna figure out which ones I've read and which ones I have. I just want to make sure I read all of them. Okay, so Rachel Bloor, great book. Sorry, great. Rachel Bloor, great book club. Love being
Rachel Bloor, Blake Blue.
I'm so guys. I'm gonna re-listen to this tomorrow morning when I'm editing and be like, Jesus Christ, Katherine. I'm like, can you tell that I'm hanging on by a thread? All right, love being a member of a book club that doesn't require me to read a single page. My husband already is at his limit with the amount of Bachelor I make him watch, and now he doesn't understand why I want to watch The Last of Us 2. But I must to keep up with my very important club. Looking forward to every week, no matter what it does to my marriage. Oh my God, Rachel, that was so funny. I love that so much.
Thank you.
He's
Rachel.
like, wait, why are you watching The Last of Us? Yeah, it's the same thing.
That's hilarious.
That's so
like,
funny.
Honey, you hate scary zombie shows. What are you doing?
It's like, because the girls, she's like, I got to join my girls at HBO Max. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's the book club. So thank you so much, Rachel.
I really appreciate it.
That was sweet. That made me happy. But thanks for being here. Yeah. So, yes, this is such a joy. And I'm excited for next week. Oh, no, I mean Friday. I'm excited for Friday.
Yeah. We don't even have to wait
that makes me happy.
long.
Oh, that makes me so happy. All right. Our sign off.
Will we get it right this time?
I thought you were starting. I was like, oh no, I don't know it. Look for the lights. Love you.
Beautiful.
Nailed it.
Love you. Bye.